Oh, they even got some free lemonade. Look at this. Ain't this something? Free lemonade? That just sounds too good to be true. It is too good to be true, because look at this. I see no lemonade. This is a very empty lemonade stand. How are you doing, ladies, in this fine Lakeside morning? I'm live right now if you want to say hello to the world.
Good morning. Best parade ever. Come support local community.
Yes. Local community is probably one of the most important things we have today. I think that all the things that are just not happening the way we might want them, local community is what's going to bring us together. It's gonna make things palpable. I'm not sure it's gonna make things great again. I'm not sure.
Kids, they make anything great.
I will agree with that. I love my kids, that's why I'm here, out to support him. But I will say, just being honest, I'm not sure America was ever great. I mean, no, let's be honest here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we definitely have our issues.
Let me ask this honest question, right? If we say we want to make America great again, when was America great? When was America great? I'm very curious.
Yeah, the 80s were great.
Why were the 80s great?
It was fun.
Because it was fun?
There's no social media. You got to do
Yeah, you know,
drink out of a water hose and kicked off all day long, and
I will.
the music. Oh my gosh, the music.
I will agree. Simpler times. I think one thing we will definitely both agree on is that social media probably is largely responsible for a lot of the problems we're seeing. I don't think either of us could argue with that, no matter what side of the fence we may be politically. I think social media is definitely poisoning the process. Yeah. So.
But it does help me Google stuff though.
Google. Hey.
Even Google gets it wrong sometimes.
Here's something we got to remember. Google, like anything else, is a tool, and how you use a tool is going to determine the outcome of what is done with that tool. So and that's with anything. That's with any kind of, this is a tool. It's a walking stick, right? But it could be used to do some damage. It could be used to do some damage if it's not being used appropriately, smartly. It's so Google, like anything, it's a tool.
I'm older than Google and the cell phone.
I can say the same. Fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know which one it is, but yes, I am older than both. But I'll also say, without the tools, especially in this world, without the tools, we got nothing, because you can't keep up. Well, hey, thanks for chatting and doing a little shout out to my live.
Did you guys go check out the breakfast already?
I did not. I had to get my youngest son over to the start of the parade, and then I had to get my oldest son to their mom because he wanted to hang out with her and go to Starbucks with her. So
My kid's the pooper scooper, so the one that you see driving around picking up all the horse
picking up the
that's
pooper,
her.
I am very not jealous of that job.
I'm pretty excited to get to drive that little gator.
I know, that
around.
would be
That's
fun.
probably the highlight of
Oh,
the
the
day.
scouts had to clean up after the
Yeah, my daughter's doing it.
By the way, love your hearing aids. That's nice.
They had one fall without.
Yeah. I've been trying with mine, trying to get used to it, and these are new glasses too, so them holding on. Yeah. Well, thankfully, just to be perfectly honest,
Took up a little bit of your shade.
Yeah, we stole some of your guys'
Yeah, we were sitting over there.
You guys quit being sorry and start kicking it.
We're the banner. We're going to collect the banners at the end.
Okay.
So we're like, we didn't think about bringing your shade.
Well, I'll be honest. I wouldn't even have this if it wasn't for VA healthcare, man.
I just looked and I couldn't even tell.
Yeah, I know. They are pretty. For my live, you guys can see. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, my hearing aids are pretty hard to notice. They blend in pretty well. I like them. Yeah. They even had at the VA. They had camouflage ones I could have gotten, but I was like, nah, those are gonna stand out. I don't want them to, because camouflage doesn't. Yeah, camouflage doesn't camouflage very well when it's not like in the woods. When it's just on the side of your fleshy pink skin, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't hide. Yeah, they have. Well, thank you for giving me your time. I appreciate you. And then maybe there will be some free lemonade here at the free lemonade stand at some point. I would love me some fresh squeezed lemonade. Well, I don't know if it's fresh squeezed, but still, you know. Some nice, cold, icy, chill, liquid refreshments. All right. Y'all have a good day. That was a fun conversation. How's it going?
Pretty good. Are you live on something?
Yeah, I'm on my live Facebook right now. I'm just kind of, you know, showing off our community to the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Our little slice of can't believe it's in a big city.
I know, right? It's funny when I tell people I'm in San Diego. I was like, oh man, like, you know, they think of like the downtown stuff, and I was like, no, look at these empty ass hills that I live in.
You know, I did not know, and I should, living in Lakeside. But
if you don't mind, I'll just so people can see who I'm talking to.
Oh yeah, no worries. But no, I guess it's a pretty good rodeo circuit. I mean, it's a national rodeo circuit.
Oh yeah, no, I love the rodeo here.
So.
It's really fun, especially I love when they do the bulls only. Have you been to the bulls only? Mm-hmm. Oh man, that's so much fun.
And you know what I did notice, since you're live, I'm going to put my 2 cents in.
Sure.
So you know how they park when the rodeo comes in, they have the trailers and stuff for the horses on Vine on the other side of the rodeo grounds? So at least they cleaned up the homeless over there.
I wanna say I'll be honest, it's good to see a cleaner street, but also I'm gonna be honest that I think relocating them is not a solution. I believe that we need to address the systemic issues that create poverty, not just try and brush it away and sweep it down the street.
You also have to look into the fact that whenever San Diego cleans up their streets, where do you think they come? They put them on a damn trolley and they bring them out here because they can hide them easier.
Well, I don't think they're bringing them out here. I don't think they're like transporting them to our space.
I get that.
But they are definitely finding places that are like our neighborhood, which tend to be more away from the urban areas, the dirt in the downtown San Diego. I mean, come on. Nobody wants to live on the street. But let me ask you a question. If you had to live on the street, would you rather live on the Lakeside Street or downtown street?
Oh.
It's you see what I'm saying? Like we got a nice little place out here,
well,
right?
You know what though? And I know.
No, what? Why not? We're having a good conversation.
We attract homeless.
Yeah. Of course.
Of our weather.
Yes, absolutely.
So here
most Mediterranean temperate areas have a tendency to have way more homeless population than other places. Like you don't see them in Wisconsin for a reason.
Well, and you know, and this is true because I mean I have people that you know are from these places, and it does happen. Like Minnesota, for example, because my neighbor's from Minnesota. He's like, they literally in the winter will bus them, give them a ticket and bus them because, you know, which it's very humane, take them to a warmer area.
Yeah.
It's not fair to the person that now they're 2,000 miles away from their home state in ours. So you know what, Minnesota, if you're going to bus your homeless, or Idaho or Utah or any other darn state, if you're going to bus them, send your tax dollars too.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Utah because Utah has actually done probably one of the most comprehensive, systemic programs trying to address the issues in Utah. Their homeless rate is like, I mean, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but I want to say it dropped like down below 3 or 4%. And
somebody needs to look to see what they did.
What they did, they gave homeless people homes.
Well,
they put them in homes. They gave them treatment. They gave them shelter. They gave them food. They gave them clothing. They gave them water. They gave them health care. And they got them back on their feet. And people were able to actually lift themselves off up by their proverbial bootstraps by just giving that little assistance, by just having a home.
They
Yes.
can't just get the home.
Right,
They
but
need all the wraparound services
right,
with it.
because addressing systemic issues is going to address the problems.
Part of the problem, and I'm going to use Orange County as an example, for Sacramento to say, hey, every county, you need to have a certain percentage of your homes for very affordable and homeless, poverty, whatever. Let's take Orange County for an example. You know what? Orange County is expensive. They should not have that. They shouldn't have to be forced to have anything there.
Sure.
Because you know what? If you want to live on the beach, then make sure you can afford to live on the beach.
Sure. But
And
let's
some of this towns, but
let me ask you a question. How do you know how many homeless people there are? Approximately. Would you guess that it's in the thousands, the hundreds of thousands, the millions?
For the state or the county?
For the country.
For the country, I don't know, but I do know California has the largest. We have the biggest percentage of homeless.
Right. We also are one of the largest populations of the 50 states. So,
I know that.
right. So you're going to have more.
And we're also
when
the
you
highest taxed state, and
we're also the 5th largest economy in the world.
Absolutely, and we also have a big old government corruption problem in California too.
I'm not a fan of Gavin Newsom. I promise you. I will tell you straightforward. I'm neither a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm registered NPP. So I like to really look at what the issues are. I don't do identity politics. I don't have. I like this candidate because he's in my party. No. Right?
It's what they bring to the table. I've been fooled by that. And you see that here within our local. It doesn't matter if you're red or blue.
Yeah.
It's what your record is and what do you stand for. Do you really care about your community or do you not? So anyhow, all right. I think it's getting ready to start.
Well, actually, my son called me a little bit, said that they're not going to be marching for like an hour. That was 20 minutes ago.
Oh, and my daughter's right behind the band.
Yeah. See, about 30 minutes. I was pretty close. I said it was about 20 minutes ago. He said they're marching an hour. I was close. So I do want to come back to the question I asked about homelessness. So if we look at the country, there are hundreds of thousands of homeless people across the entire country. However, we have millions of empty homes and empty residences that could be used to give Why are they empty? Capitalism. No, I mean, that's the answer. They're empty because capitalism. Because keeping them empty makes, and making housing a scarce resource makes more money than giving it to people does. Right?
True.
It's the privatization of resources when a few people own the things we all need to exist. It makes life for the rest of us harder.
Oh, I know.
Right?
I'm against the globalists as well.
Yeah.
Because that's who it is. You know, when you got 13 different companies that own everything that we touch.
Yeah.
You know?
It's government sponsored monopolization. And this is not a red or blue issue because both Democrats and Republicans are fucking capitalists. They just want our money. I don't think you can argue with that. They just want our money. I mean, you can argue with it, but I think it's a pretty solid point.
I do think that there's been decades of corruption that's being rooted out.
I don't think it's been rooted out. I don't think the swamp is as drained as some people think it is.
Oh, no. It's drained yet. Has it been identified?
I disagree. I don't think it has been identified. I believe that the corruption is only spreading and it's getting itself in deeper.
I don't know. We shall see, I suppose.
We shall see.
I mean, if whatever they're reporting and what they're finding and all the fraud, I mean, you get rid of the corruption and the fraud, and not even from a national level, just in this state.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Just in this state, we used to have a certain Mr. Congressman, a Mr. Duncan Hunter Jr., and this particular congressman that used to represent us was arrested, convicted of massive campaign finance fraud to the tune of $250,000. And then why isn't he in jail?
I don't know. I never followed it.
Okay.
Not because of his dad.
No. But it is because Trump pardoned him.
Really?
Trump pardoned him right before he got out in 2020. So.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
You know,
He
it's funny
stole
what
our.
makes the
So.
news and what doesn't make the news.
It is funny what makes the news and what doesn't make the news, but he stole our money. He stole our money. And Trump pardoned him. Think about that.
I didn't know that Trump pardoned him. I didn't know what his
Yeah.
deal was. I met his dad. I never knew
I loved his dad. Honestly,
his dad actually. I mean, as far as politicians go,
his dad was all right.
Less crooked. I don't know.
I'll even say I got my congressional recommendation to the Annapolis Naval Academy from Duncan Hunter Sr.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't end up going. I ended up... I was actually talking about this on my YouTube last night. So if some of you haven't seen that yet, we were trading some war stories on Dave's World Live on YouTube last night. But actually, fun fact, Duncan Hunter Sr., like I said, he was my congressman who signed the recommendation, because you need congressional recommendation to go to either of the military academies. And I got a D in economics and blew my fucking ride as a senior. Yeah. It was a very unfortunate turn of events. I fucked around and found out.
That's my new favorite term. So are you local to the?
Yeah, actually, I live right down the street, right across from the lake.
Did you go to high school here?
I went to high school at El Cajon Valley, actually, but not far. Right.
No, I'm not from here. I'm from Arizona.
So I'm an East County local, but not a Lakeside local. But like the Vaqueros were our freaking rivals in high school for sports. So like we were down here all the time.
Sultan.
Oh, okay.
My other daughter's a Vaquero. No, I know. I've been in San Diego since '93, so it's been a minute. Yeah, no, my husband Navy. That's what brought us here.
Yeah, my mom was born here. My dad was born in LA, but they met here at Grossmont College. I know, yeah. It's and then I got to go see the world and see the other people's armies, because I did, like I said, I did not make it into the Naval Academy, but I did join the Army. So instead of being a Navy officer, I ended up being an Army grunt.
You know what? That's okay, because back in the day, my husband, he started off as just a lonely old E2 or whatever. You start right from recruitment. E1. There's you start at 1. He was an Eagle Scout, so they.
Yes. Oh yeah, I got the same boost. Yeah, I got the same boost for Eagle. Yep.
E2 or E3, whatever. Right? Low man, no enlistment bonus, no none of that.
Oh wow.
No, well, this was back in the '90s. Right after Top Gun, everybody's going in.
Yeah, and they definitely. So I was. I joined in December 2002. So that was like a year after 9/11. The recruitment bonuses right after 9/11 were very nice. I will say they were very very incentivizing us to sign up and go fight and risk our lives, and definitely don't want to get into the politics of that war, but that's another one we were very lied to about. The whole weapons of mass destruction. No, there were none. They did not exist.
Hey, you know what? My husband was the first plank owner to the first Chiefs mess at Al Assad Airfield, Iraq.
I was my third tour. I was stationed at Al Assad. Yep. I'm very familiar.
To have a Chiefs mess, Navy,
Right, because Al Assad was a Marine run base. The Marines were in charge of that particular location.
Well, when he was there, because they pulled him, you know how, volunteer or voluntold?
Voluntold, yep, that's another one of my favorite phrases, voluntold.
He was on shore duty, so they volunteered him. He went to Fort Dix, and is that Army or Air Force?
Dix is Army.
Okay. He had to go to Fort Dix to train with the Army. And it's kind of crazy because he was a chief in the Navy. At the time, he was a chief, right? And yeah, they set up the first, because he was on ground in there. I don't know really what he was doing, but yeah, they set up a Chiefs mess. He's a plank owner. But yeah, he did 24 years, retired as a senior chief.
All right, well, thank you for thank you for joining my live for a bit. It was a nice chat with you. I'm Dave. I'm on Dave's World. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Dave's World. It's well, at YouTube it's at Dave's World Games, because I ran a gaming channel, but now I'm trying to get into a little bit more, getting involved with what's happening in the world and not just sitting behind video games.
There you go. Okay, so I believe it's your son is in the band?
Yeah, he's in the
What
middle
grade?
school
Do you
band.
mind?
He's 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not in he's
He's in the middle school band, TDS.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, because I was seeing if he was...
Well, the Vaqueros are marching behind the, what are they, the Falcons?
Yeah, okay.
Wildcat? I can't remember. What is TDS? I think they're the Wildcats.
All right.
I should know that. I should know that, right? I should know my son's middle school mascot.
I just subbed at TDS and actually subbed the band.
Okay.
So
Oh, you did?
Oh, so you might have met my son,
I might have met your son, yes.
Damon.
What did he play?
Trumpet.
I might have.
He looks exactly like me, but no beard.
I might like a month ago.
Yeah.
I might recognize him. That was my favorite class to sub, because in the beginning they were just practicing and it was just music all over the place, and then I stopped them and I was like, all right, play me some songs, and they played me 6 songs, and it was the best ever.
Well, as I said, my name was Dave. I wanted to introduce myself, and you guys are? Susan and Raquel. Thank you guys for having a chat with me and being a part of my live. I really appreciate it. I think that the one thing that's going to get us through this world is community. That's something, I don't care what side of the fence we're on. I think community is what's going to fix our problems, right?
And
Getting together and solving them together.
Events like this,
Yes.
showing up, supporting local businesses.
This is a beautiful sight. Can't wait to see the parade actually coming down. I'll have to probably put the phone down and pay attention to that
And
part.
it's nice when the parade consists of mostly school kids.
Yes.
Because we got junior high bands, high school bands. My daughter's in the choir.
Oh man, and let's face it. I was an educator for 7 years, and the arts improve education.
Oh, absolutely. And so does recess at the primary grade.
And nap time.
I don't know about nap time.
No, well, getting off, if you're going to have a relaxed time, don't give them a Chromebook.
That's true.
But no, I'm big on primary grades.
Mm-hmm.
They need to run. They need to be in the sun. They need
Yeah.
exercise. All of our kids need exercise.
Yes, they do.
We used to have a rule, if one of the kids got in trouble, the teachers. This was Santee, because my older two went to Santee schools. And the teachers were like, "Oh, but you got to take a time out during recess. You got to sit on a paw." And my husband's like, "Oh, hell no. Recess is a time for them to let out the energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, get some fresh air. They don't do a timeout during recess. You do timeout during class time."
All right. I want to try some of this fantastic free lemonade now that it seems they have it here. Let's take a look over here. We've got. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. So we've got the Hosanna Christian Fellowship here, a local church. Hi, I'm live right now, just letting you know I'm on my Facebook Live. So and I saw you had some free lemonade here.
Yes.
I just thought it would be cool to show the world our community, our little slice of redneck heaven out here. So may I please have some of your free lemonade?
You may certainly.
It used to be redneck. I think it still is redneck. But I mean that in the nicest way, because I know the history of the rednecks. The rednecks were people who fought for workers' rights back in the back before the union stuff ever even started. Before we started doing any of that, they were just making sure that the people got what they needed. That's what rednecks did. That's where the term came from, because they red neckerchiefs around their necks, and that's where that term came from. So I think the working people of this country have loved to take care of each other over the years, and I think that's what we need to do in order to survive. Thank you guys. Delicious lemonade, and you have a most amazing day.
You too. I hope you enjoyed the parade.
I do too. I will say it is very amusing to see the discomfort on some of these people's faces when I start bringing up not so conservative talking points. I'm noticeably catching the looks of on these faces out here. It's amusing for sure. All right, I'm probably going to go offline for a little bit. Come back when the parade is starting, but I'd like to take a break, and I actually have decent high quality strawberry lemonade. Not that that lemonade was bad, but it was definitely country time powdered shit. But hit the spot, and I love that they are having a free lemonade stand out here in the community. Come on, you can't be mad even if you don't like God or the Christian version of God. Can't be mad when they're actually showing up and doing good shit for the community. That's the stuff you want to see, right? All right, so I'm signing off right now. I will see you guys a little bit later. Probably kick the live back on once the band starts coming down my road, because I definitely want to get a shot of my son when he's coming down this beautiful Lakeside street. And the parade's supposed to be starting, I think, in about maybe 20 minutes-ish, give or take, somewhere around there.
20 minutes.
20 minutes? I'm pretty good with guesstimating time.
Are you though?
I am. Yeah, I just did it. Did you see?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is that strawberry acai?
That is a strawberry acai, yes. It is mine.
I'll buy it for you for $3.
No. I mean, it's like 30% backwash now. Like, look how much is left. It's like, are you kidding me? Why would you? Why would you? I wouldn't.
He doesn't care.
Well, my strawberry.
Yeah, there you go. I'll buy your phone for $3.
You can't be serious. You can't be.
I'll give you all my money in my piggy bank.
Pretty sure I have more. Just, I mean, at least until my mortgage check clears. After my mortgage check clears, you might be richer than me.
Oh, that was $200.
I'm going for deals that I shouldn't make for 500, Alex. All right. I will see you guys later. I've got another live. I'm going to go back live probably in another 20-30 minutes when the parade makes it this way, so I can get some footage.
A few moments later.
Hi there, Editing Dave here. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about the conversation that I had with Susan in this video. Obviously, clearly, she is MAGA supporter, Trump supporter. Pick that up from context on some of it. But when the cameras were off, I caught up with her for a smoke break. She was having a smoke break during the parade. And she and I got to talking about veteran stuff, and in particular, she was already talking with a friend when I walked up to her about her husband taking his own life. He was a Navy vet with severe PTSD, and she had a very heart-crushing story about how she was trying to get him help, and the VA doctors even were not taking it seriously, and she was trying to get him in on a 5150, and the hospital just released him on his own recognizance on a Saturday, and then he took his life on that Sunday. So I really wanted to, before we finish the video, and I'd let you know that we're all still human, whether we're Democrats, Republicans, red, blue. You know, we all go through some shit that that shapes the way we view the world. And this was a powerful moment for me to remind myself to humanize the people that I'm trying to communicate with, even if we don't agree all the time. Look at him going around the corner there.
Okay, I want to hear how loud you can be. On 1, 2, 3.
I can be loud. I don't need a crowd. At this parade, I'll shout all day. I just came up with that. That was a rhyme. It was a stupid rhyme, but it was still a rhyme. So here we have the local high school football team. This is the El Capitan Vaqueros football. And then we got the marching Vaqueros. And if I'm not mistaken, my understanding is my son's band should be marching behind the Vaqueros band. So he should be coming up pretty soon.
Plenty of field trips this year. We have great trophies. And most recently, the drum line brought home the first place.
All right, here we go. We got some bands coming down the way, making it feel like a real parade. Not that this hasn't felt like a real parade, but I want to say it started off kind of slow. But
What school does your son go to?
he goes to TDS.
Oh, I go to that too.
Yeah. Bum 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 bum. Damon. Yeah. Huh? It's the one who looks like me but doesn't have a beard. I'm just saying. Is he friends with David? I don't know. I don't know who all his friends are. I'm friends with David, but that's because I like myself very much. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Kyle. Kyle's an El Capitan alumni. He graduated in 2007, and he came back to bring our band to life.
So the band teacher of the high school graduated high school after I was already home from Iraq. Beat it! Yeah! Yeah, so after the high school stuff goes by, we should see the middle school people coming down.
I think there's someone on the line now. I saw one. Still, I know.
Supporting kids from all over East County, including Lakeside, the Boulevard, Chula Vista, and the Bowl. They strive to make the best better.
Hey, there's a QR code for information on their concert. If you guys can catch it from the live or take a screenshot. Hopefully my camera didn't try to read it just now. Man, holding this phone and giving social commentary for a whole damn hour is draining. I just got to come over here, give another shout out to my girl Susan. I'm live again, and she was very kind to talk with me earlier. Yeah. It's just a pleasure to, I want to say again, I really thank you for your time, and thank you for talking with me on the live. I appreciate you.
Have a great day.
All right. Hey, check yourself on YouTube. I've already uploaded the earlier video. Find Dave's World Games.
Do you have a Twitter account?
I'm on Threads, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Insta, and YouTube.
We'll find you.
She'll help me.
But yeah, Dave's World Games. If you search Dave's World Games on YouTube, that's me. And you'll see a picture that looks like a cartoon version of my head in a jar.
Thank you.
You too.